Our week-long look at what needs to be done to fix the healthcare system. The White House is reportedly working with 3 conservative think tanks, including the Heritage Foundation, on that. Here for that, day 3 of our series is Tim Chapman. He's the executive director of Heritage Action, which is a sister organization to the Heritage Foundation. Tim, good morning to you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Okay, your idea, the healthcare choices proposal, how does that go?
So there's a regulatory infrastructure right now that Obamacare put in place. It's driving costs up massively. We want to roll that back, and we want to allow states to have more flexibility to innovate and drive costs down.
Okay, what does that mean?
Basically, it means that right now the federal government has a one-size-fits-all program, okay? And we want states like Texas to be able to do what Texas thinks is right, and New York to do what New York thinks is right. And we want those states to compete on a level playing field. And we think when you do that, Texas costs will probably go down because there's conservatives there who know how to do competition. New York might have to have a different story, but this is the environment we want.
I get the benefit for what you're talking about, but the Democrats are, many of them, running on Medicare for all, which sounds great because if you don't have it, it's for everybody. Really, it's single payer, but people don't understand that. They hear Medicare for all, and I kind of like that. It seems easier than your plan. Right,
but then you tell them the second thing, which is that when you do Medicare for all, taxes are going to go up on American families, and you're going to lose choices. Right? Yeah. So no one's going to say that, right? No one's going to say that. Medicare polls well, but when you realize that if you do Medicare for all, everyone's going to pay a significantly higher tax burden, and then you also realize that not only are you doing that, but families are going to have less choices. You only get one choice. Right. And that's the issue.
Plus, there are a lot of variables. You don't know whether or not doctors and nurses are going to say, okay, I'm going to work for like 40% less, which I would have to under Medicare.
Yeah, that's the problem. So we think that actually the Democrats are making a pretty profound mistake here by making Medicare for all their centerpiece. And so what you're seeing in the Democratic Party, and you're going to see in the primary, is that the candidates in the primaries are going to kind of trip over themselves to go as far left as they possibly can on this particular issue.
That's what they do.
Yeah, and that's the dynamic that's going to be at play. And so for us, it's really important that we are talking about this issue in terms of what we care about. I mean, our mistake as Republicans was that we didn't talk about this a lot in 2016, which is why we failed in 2017. There was no mandate on that issue in terms of what to do going forward. The president's leading us into a mandate here.
Well, let's see what happens. Tim Chapman from Heritage Action. Sir, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.